So the tide's starting to drop now, so I'm thinking I'm going to try for a flathead. I've caught them off this beach before, so why not give it a try? So I'm going to use my running sinker. So I've got a heavy star sinker and I've got that attached before my swivel. So here's my sinker, it attaches in the sand and then my bait just floats around in the waves. I won't put it out too deep. I've got a whole salted pilchard and I've got a double gang hook on here, size 4.0 circle hooks. So that's not going anywhere. Nice tempting piece of bait for a big flathead with a big mouth. You need those big hooks. All right, well, let's see what happens. Here goes nothing. Hey, shush! Shush! Dogs. Right, I'm not going to cast out too far. Just behind the breaking waves. First line of breaking waves, I think. I'll just cast out there. Because the flathead like scavenge around in the dropping tide. See how I go, but I'm going to go nice and slow. I'm going to have to walk out really carefully because I've got a dodgy knee, so I'm going to have to take it a bit slowly today. Okay, that looks good. It's a lovely spring morning and there's a gentle breeze on our backs. We were fishing the high tide at 9 o'clock and then the dropping tide. Okay, so now we wait and hopefully we catch a flathead. Only last weekend there was all these bronzies spotted out there, one metre long. Geez, how nice would it be to catch one of those? But having said that, my all-time favourite is flathead, so I'd just be really happy to catch flathead today. But don't forget, when I was fishing down here about a month ago, I caught 3 Port Jacksons just here. And that's the thing, when you're fishing for flathead, you get Port Jackson sharks as well at this time of the year. So annoying because you do not want to catch Port Jackson. They're lovely little sharks, and you're not going to keep those ones and eat them. But then the other week I caught a little bronzy, just here as well, little bronzy when I was trying to get a flathead. So you never know, do you? And that was only small, but there's no minimum size with a bronzy, so I kept it and it was really good eating. So you never know. Okay, so now we wait. I'm just going to go and sit in the chair, put my feet up, because flathead usually catch themselves, you know, you don't actually have to do anything. You just sit and watch and see if your rod starts going or not. So I'm going to go and take it easy with my dodgy knee. Let's see if I can get a flathead. Just caught a little salmon trout on my other rod with my long shanked hooks and my gents. It's a bit small, that one. these weird kind of dreadlocks of seaweed on the beach. And like, it just grabs onto your line. It's like really heavy. It's like a great big dreadlock. You were on.
Yeah.
I wonder what Martin's got on. This is funny. Oh, he lost it. You were definitely on there, Martin.
Came off just as I got it out of the water.
What do you reckon it was?
Just a mullet.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't a very big one. Might have eaten that like that.
Oh, that's okay. Oh well, better luck next time.
Well, at least there's something here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Aldinga Beach is in metropolitan Adelaide, about an hour's drive from the city. Aldinga's a very long, flat beach, and you can drive on it, except for the winter months. Hey Martin, does it feel like you got something on?
Yeah, but it's not moving.
Yeah, well that is a flathead. Like flatheads don't move.
Pretty heavy.
Is it?
Might be a Port Jackson.
Yeah, it could be a Port Jackson. Oh, I can see all the fins. Or is it seaweed? It's not moving. I reckon it might be seaweed this time. You know, this time it's seaweed, and that's always the thing. And the seaweed feels just like a flathead.
I'll leave it to the experts. Here you go.
Oh no.
Seaweed again. That's about how
Another seaweed fish, Martin.
you can eat seaweed, can't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll turn vegetarian.
Yeah. All right, time to freshen the bait. Nice big salted pilly. Just what flathead like. Now it's a bit whiffy. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Main thing is just to get it nice and embedded in the flesh. This is actually not a very good job, but anyway. Around the backbone, just get it nice and attached. That's not going to fall off. Nice and clean. Just the odd bit of seaweed.
That I caught.
Oh well. This one's a bit better. Little mullet. Nice. The chopper's out. There's been heaps of sharks down here. You just never know what you're going to get on Aldinga Beach. And then I caught a decent sized fish. But what was it? Martin ran to check it out.
Flathead.
No way! Oh, Martin, that's a beauty. Look at it. Oh, wow. Dinner.
What you need?
Yeah. Oh, Martin, that's a ripper. Aldinga delivers again, Martin.
You never know where you're going to get on this beach. Beautiful flathead.
Yeah, that's a ripper.
That's a ripper.
That is a big one. I had a whole pilly on this.
On a gang hook or
Double gang.
double hook?
Like-
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
Gang hook, two of them. I had a whole brine filly. Wow. So this is a beautiful flathead. They actually grow up to 1 metre long. So it's not like a really big one or anything, but it's a perfect eating size for us. It'd probably feed 4 people actually. So the 30 centimetres is the minimum size for flathead, but even a 30 centimetre fish, you'd be surprised just how much flesh is on them because there's no wastage with flathead. They're beautiful fish to eat. You've got to be really careful when you catch a flathead. They've got barbs on the side of their head. It's just there at the end of their jawline. Really sharp barbs. You've got to be so careful you don't get stuck by one of those. Oh, flies. Not a very attractive fish, that's for sure.
So it kind of looks slimy, but it's actually scales are quite rough.
Yeah,
Got this tail.
it's got these fins along the spine. It's always exciting when you're seeing your fish come in and you can see all these fins. And you think, oh yeah, that's a flathead. And flathead feel like seaweed. They feel like you're pulling in a dead weight because they like chomp on your bait and then they just sort of lie there and you just sort of drag them in. And you think, is this a fish or not? Sometimes you're lucky and it is. You're right way. "56 centimetres. Aldinga pays off once again. You never know what you're going to get on this beach. This is dinner. Yum. So keep watching. I'm going to fillet up this beautiful flathead and we're going to cook it up for dinner. And you'll see just how much flesh comes off a fish of that size. It's going to be too much for us, I imagine. Happy days. What a beautiful beach Aldinga is. And what a fantastic session we had today. I came here to get flathead and I caught this huge flathead. And believe me, that is not how it usually goes. It doesn't normally turn out that way, but sometimes you just really do get lucky, don't you? So Aldinga Beach, we've fished here many times from all different parts of this beach. Today we're fishing right down near the Silver Sands end of Aldinga Beach. So you can drive on like we have today. We've driven right down to the bollards where Silver Sand starts, or you can walk down. There's a great set of stairs there. There's no way I'm getting down those stairs today with my knee, but there is a great staircase there that you can climb. You can just park up the top there and come down onto the beach. So here we are with the flathead that I caught off Aldinga Beach earlier. I've come home and put it in the fridge for a few hours so that it's nice and cold, because I've found trying to fillet fish when they're warm, it's just so much more difficult. So it's nice and cold. Now I'm going to do this the way that I always fillet my flathead, but there's lots of different ways, so don't take this as gospel. It's just one way of doing it. So the aim is to maximise the amount of flesh that we keep and try not to waste any. So they've got a couple of sets of fins, and we want to cut up behind them to get to the backbone, up behind the fins. Be really careful of these barbs that are at the end of the head here, these sharp barbs. So I'm going to cut up here behind the fins to the backbone, because this is all flesh in here. And then I'm going to cut all the way down one side of the backbone, but I'm not going to cut through. I'm going to leave it attached. You'll see why afterwards, okay? Okay, that's the barb in there. All right, so now we need to find the backbone. There it is there. So now I'm pressing down on the backbone with the knife. Okay, so I'm stopping. I'm not going to cut all the way through like I normally would. I've stopped down here. It's still attached. That's important. Leave it like that. There's probably much more tidy ways of doing this than I am, but whatever works. I'm going to keep all of the guts, the entrails, for Burley, so I'm not going to waste anything. They're going to go in the freezer. There's my bait. Let me see. This is in its stomach. A nice little fish. Look at that. It's probably my bait actually, because I had a pilcher, didn't I? It hasn't got the skin on though. Anyway, look at that. It's always interesting to have a look in the stomach and see what they've been eating. Okay. So that's one fillet that's been cleaned up a little bit there. There it is. Beautiful. Look at that. There's a lot of fish there. So while it's still attached, you need to skin it, assuming that you don't want to cook it with the skin on. I always take the skin off, and this is why I've left it attached, because it makes it so much easier to get started on skinning it. Pushing down towards the tabletop so that you're getting maximum amount of flesh away from the skin. See? Try not to waste any. It's a very curved piece of flesh though, so it's actually quite tricky to do. It is a bit awkward because you've got the rest of the fish as well, so you need a fair bit of space to do this because you've got the rest of it just sitting there. Woo, there's a few flies. Okay, so this is difficult now because I'm getting to the curvy bit. Look. Okay, how's it best to do this? It's very curvy, this big one. Okay, so there's a little bit of skin here on the side, but that's okay. And just have all the skin still attached to the fish like this. Now it's time to do the same thing on the other side. Now we need to flip the fish over and skin this fillet as well. So that's not too bad. I didn't waste too much. But you know, with flathead there's so much flesh, it's not the end of the world if you leave a bit on the spine. Yeah, amazing. I'm going to keep this for the burley bag. Okay. So the thing about flathead is that they've got some bones that run through the middle that need to be cut out. So the bones running through here and they're coming out here, and so they're going through the fish like this, so they need to be cut out. That's why your flathead always has that pronged look on the end, because I've had to cut the bones out. So I just feel for the bones and then I follow them in. I follow the trajectory of the bones into the fish. So I'm basically cutting against them. So the bones are on this side. It's not too bad, I only missed one. Cut that out later, that one there. But the rest of them are all over this side now. So I'm just going to trace down the other side of those bones. Okay. So the bones, they're really long. They're just in that piece of flesh there. I'm just going to trim the leftover skin that I couldn't get off before. I probably did that in a bit of an untidy way, but the result is the same. I've got this beautiful fish that I can now have for dinner, and it's just really important to get that centre row of bones out because they're big bones. All right, there we have it. 2 big fillets of flathead. I think tonight we'll just do these in some lemon juice and some garlic because flathead is the most delicious fish. You really don't need to do much at all to it. So keep watching and we'll show you the end result. It's going to make your mouth water. So this is how we prepared our flathead for dinner. I've cut the fish into small pieces and placed it in a bag with salt and pepper and some flour, and then lightly shaken it to coat it. Next I've heated some oil with some garlic and have browned them. To make the sweet potato patties, we've boiled some sweet potato, mashed it, and then added some finely chopped walnuts and also some spring onion. We shaped the mixture into patties, coated them in sesame seeds and then fried them until they were golden. And we served this up with a lettuce and basil salad with pear and spring onions with a mustard and honey dressing. Oh wow. Have a look at this feast. It's actually way too much fish for just 2 of us, but we just thought, what the heck? You only live once, so we're eating it. Look at that flaky flesh. Delicious. So this has just been cooked in a bit of garlic. That's it. But I have done a mustard honey dressing for the salad, which we've just dribbled over the top. And I'll put a little bit of squeezed lemon over it as well, but look at that. How lucky are we being able to eat something this fresh. And you know what it costs in the shops? Wow, I don't even want to think about it. But on a day like today, it's really good because I don't feel bad about spending all this money on fishing, because look at what we've got. That would have cost a lot in the shops. Happy days.